If Krita keeps crashing on startup, freezing before the interface loads, or closing the moment you try to open a file, this video will walk you through the most effective fixes step by step. We're going to cover corrupted configuration files, graphics engine resets, cleaning the resource cache, and a couple of important Windows maintenance checks that can stop the crash for good. This is the kind of problem that can happen after a bad update, a broken GPU driver, or a damaged settings file. So don't worry if Krita was working fine before and suddenly stopped opening. And if this tutorial helps, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more quick software fixes just like this. First, let's start with the most common cause, corrupted configuration files. These small settings files can get damaged over time, and when that happens, Krita may fail to launch properly. On Windows, press the Windows key and R on your keyboard to open the Run dialog. In the box, type %local app data% and press Enter. This will open the folder where Krita stores its local configuration data. Now look for the files named Kritark, Krita, display.rc, and Krita or ufhinat.rc. These files control your general settings, display settings, and OpenGL graphics preferences. If one of them becomes corrupted, Krita can crash immediately on startup or when loading the canvas. You can either delete these files or rename them as a backup if you want to restore them later. Renaming is often the safer choice if you want to keep a copy. Once those files are removed or renamed, relaunch Krita and check whether it opens normally. If Krita still starts but freezes when you open a document or load the workspace, the next fix is to reset the graphics engine settings from inside the app. This is especially useful when the issue is related to canvas acceleration or a conflict with your GPU driver. Open Krita, go to the top menu bar, click Settings, and then choose Reset Krita Configurations. When prompted, click Yes to confirm. This will restore Krita's settings to a clean default state and can help bypass display engine problems that are causing startup crashes or blank screen issues. After the reset, restart the program and test it again. If the problem was caused by a bad graphics configuration, this step often fixes it immediately. Now, let's move on to the resource cache. Krita stores brushes, bundles, and other assets in local database files, and if that cache becomes damaged, it can create a loop that prevents the app from loading correctly. This is especially common if you installed a custom brush pack, imported a bundle, or synced files from another system. If you suspect the cache is the issue, you may need to clear the SQLite resource cache so Krita can rebuild it cleanly. In many cases, deleting the damaged cache forces the app to recreate fresh resource data the next time it starts. Be careful here and make sure Krita is fully closed before you remove any cache-related files. After clearing the cache, reopen the application and give it a few extra seconds to regenerate everything. If Krita is still crashing, the next thing to check is your Windows library support. Sometimes the application exits silently because it is missing required Microsoft Visual C++ runtime files. These libraries are essential for many creative apps, and if they are damaged or missing, Krita may close before you ever see the main interface. Go to Microsoft's official website and download the standalone Visual C++ plus redistributable packages for both x86 and x64. Install both versions even if you only use one system type, because many desktop apps rely on these components in different ways. After installation, restart your computer so the new libraries are fully registered, then launch Krita again and see if the crash is gone. Another important cleanup step is to end any hidden background processes that may still be stuck in memory. Sometimes Krita doesn't fully close after a crash, and a ghost process keeps running in the background. That can block a fresh launch and make it look like the app is broken when it's really just stuck. Open Task Manager, look through the processes list, and find any unresponsive Krita.exe entries still running in the background. Select them and click End Task. Once all leftover processes are closed, try launching Krita again from a clean start. This simple step can fix cases where the app refuses to open after a failed launch. If you've made it this far, you've now covered the main fixes for a Krita crash on startup error. Start with the corrupted config files, then reset the graphics settings, clear the resource cache if needed, install the Visual C++ libraries, and finally make sure there are no stuck background processes. In most cases, one of these steps will get Krita opening normally again. If this video helped you fix the issue, please give it a like and subscribe for more step-by-step software troubleshooting tutorials. And if you're still having trouble, leave a comment below with exactly when Krita crashes, and I'll help you figure out the next best fix.